Hi guys. Today is just kind of a lazy day here. Sunday. I don't even know what day it is. I just wanted to pop in and say hi and see how. Not much going on here today. Pretty much just it's just kind of a day in my pajamas, and I'm enjoying it. It's just going to be a pizza night tonight. My husband's upstairs watching Mission Impossible 2 or something like that. And it's just one of those lazy days. And I cut the puppy's bangs. And what else did I do? Not a heck of a lot. It's just, you know, those days that you have where you just don't feel like doing anything. And I took a shower and washed my hair. And I had all good intentions of making some videos today and talking about some interesting things, but this is what came out. I hope you're all having a great day. What was I going to tell you? Oh, I got my teeth done, and my top teeth, he fixed these two. He put some more bonding on them and closed the gap in between them. He filed the ridges off my bottom teeth right along the gum line. There were like ridges that he left there. It looks like hardened plaque along my gum line, and he acted like he didn't see it. I mean, this guy's a dentist. I just think that he wanted to get me in and out as fast as he could, and, you know, on to the next one. And the thing is, though, I'm paying for this out of my pocket. I'm paying, like, you know, as if it were cosmetic dentistry. Because I wasn't happy with my top teeth before, and because all of my teeth, ever since I was a teenager, and I went to a party over my friend's house, and this is back in the days where they used to have glass Coke bottles and Pepsi bottles, and I was taking a swig of a bottle of Pepsi, and somebody bumped their arm against me walking by, and it chipped my bottom tooth in half. So I had to have that fixed when I was younger, and so I decided just to have all four bottom ones bonded, and you know. So then a few months ago I decided to have the top ones bonded, just because I wanted them lighter. I wanted all 8 teeth in the front lighter. He never said anything about he didn't know how to do bonding, or he wasn't used to doing bonding or whatever. But I remember when I had bottom ones, they come out perfect. This time I had to go back twice already. And it's just this last time. He got the shape and everything right, but there's still a few things about the front teeth that I'm not happy with. He didn't, you know how they take like a buffer and buff them to shine them? He didn't do that, so I feel like I have like little dents in the tooth, and I'm so disgusted about it, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. But anyway, so I had that done last week, and it's funny, the thing that never came up was what he was going to charge me. So I'm waiting to see if I get a bill. Ought to be interesting. Anyways, yeah, so I haven't gotten dressed yet, and I think what I'm going to do is just get myself into a nice pair of sweats. I'll probably be sorry I put this stuff on. If my throat starts to close up in a minute, it's India Hicks' fault. Spider Lily. But I do love the smell of this stuff. Oh, by the way, you can get this any place that has Crabtree and Evelyn. It's beautiful, beautiful smell. I love it. And down here it says Spider Lily is the scent. Here it comes. I can feel my throat closing. Ugh. I should learn not to put on perfume or anything when I'm in this closet, because it happens every time. So I have my appointment for Wednesday for my hair, finally. It's been canceled the last 3 times because of snow. And so I'm watching the weather this time. And I need highlights in here so bad. And low lights, just something to give it a little texture or depth or something. It's like so mousy looking right now. I should put my bangs up for the day. I'm really enjoying my tea that Natalia sent. I'm really developing a taste for it. I really like it. I showed you guys this GVP that I got at Sally's, and I really like it. It's got a swivel cord, and it was only like $35, and it's got the switch inside right here, the on and off switch, and the little light comes on. And it doesn't have a dial so that you can dial it like lower or higher. I think it goes up to 420, and that's what it's on all the time. But I don't know why I'm complaining, because I always used to put mine up for 420 anyways. But I need some slices of blonde in through here, because I'm just used to having them. I just feel like my bangs just look heavy or something, I don't know. And the brown would kind of show up the bangs on this side because I'm really light. I had a good week this week, even though we got snowed in. We did go out shopping, but I was supposed to go to the post office that day and put a package in the mail for a friend of mine. I never did get to it because I had my husband with me, and every time I bring him with me, I always feel like I'm on a time limit, and it's best that I just go by myself sometimes. But what I've been doing is I've been catching up with all of the comments and stuff and answering them back. Before you know it, like, the day is gone. I'm not complaining because I love all of my subscribers. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. This winter has been hell, and if I didn't have you guys to talk to on my comments, I probably would have gone nuts by now. Sophie's doing really good. She is developing her own little personality, and I cut her bangs today, and then around her eyes the fur was getting long and it was like growing over her eyes, so I trimmed that and trimmed the top of her head a little bit so she doesn't look like a little ragamuffin. But now, because she's developing her little personality and she's getting very affectionate, and she'll come up and like lick your leg and, you know, lick your face when you pick her up, and she's just so excited to see you. And now she's at the stage where if we go anywhere, she's so happy when we get home, and she, you know, jumps all over us and kisses us, and it's just funny. I have another little story to share with you guys, and it's kind of funny. A time that I went to the gynecologist, and I was pregnant at the time, and you know, the nurse came in and told me to get into my Johnny. I'm sitting there on the table in my Johnny, and all of a sudden I have to go to the bathroom. So I brought my purse in the bathroom with me, and, you know, to touch up my makeup and stuff like that. You know how us girls are. The bathroom happened to be out of toilet paper, and so I reached in my purse and found some tissue. And I finished up and went back into the exam room, and he comes in, and, you know, they put your legs up in the stirrups and stuff like that. And then the nurse comes in, he buzzes the nurse, and he lifts up my gown, you know, and pulls the chair over and gets up close, and all of a sudden, him and the nurse start laughing like crazy. Both of them. And the doctor's face was turning so red because he was laughing so hard, and he was trying not to let me hear him laugh. And of course I'm laying down looking up at the ceiling, and the nurse starts laughing, and I said, "What's so funny?" And they said, "We're sorry, but are you planning on going somewhere, like, you know, far away?" And I said, "No, why?" And the doctor pulled off this postage stamp that was, you know where. And I said, "Where'd that come from?" And he says, it was on you. And I thought back, and I'm thinking, I grabbed the tissue from the bottom of my purse when I went into the bathroom, and there must have been a postage stamp. When it hit something wet, it stuck. So I can just imagine the jokes going around the office after I left. And you know how, like, there's always, like, funny doctor stories, funny lawyer stories, and, you know, jokes at parties. I'm sure I was the brunt of one of the jokes. And I was just so embarrassed. And so I was at a party one time. Some friends of ours had a 50th birthday party. And my doctor happened to be there. He was one of their neighbors. And being the clown that I am, I walked up to him and said, "Hi, Dr. So-and-so." I'm not going to say his name. I bet you didn't recognize me with my clothes on, did you? And I didn't realize that his wife was standing right next to him. Oh my God, the look that I got. And then I didn't feel too bad about it afterwards because he laughed at me when I had a stamp on me, you know? If you guys have any funny stories of like doctor's visits or something like that, share them down below. I mean, this one was embarrassing to tell, but to this day, every time I think about it, I laugh. It's just one of those things, you know, that happen. It happens to the best of us, guys. And one particular phobia that I have, and it's being in closed places like elevators and in the dark. I think I'm more afraid of the dark than I am closed places, because when I was young, I would say about 5, I used to have this little friend that lived up the street from me, and his name was Larry, and he was a little younger than me. And one day we decided to make a fort underground. So we dug a big hole, we got his dad's shovels, and we dug this huge hole. And it went into the ground really far. It kind of like went into the ground and underneath like that. And so that day, his mom made us lunch, and we went down into the hole. We had a little blanket in there, and I don't know what we were playing, Army or I don't know. I think it was just like a little hideaway place where our older brothers couldn't get a hold of us and bug us. And my brother, who is older than me, he found out where we were because he asked Larry's mother. And he came down in the back of the yard and jumped on the hole with us in it, thinking it was funny. And the ground caved in, and we were stuck under there, all around us, and we were just covered in our ears, in our mouth, and our noses, and our eyes. And Larry's mom had come down to see if we ate our lunch, and she noticed the hole was filled in. And my older brother just thought it was funny and left. They actually had to call the fire department to come and rescue us. And ever since that day, I have been petrified of the dark, because I remember being under there and them having to dig me out, and I looked up and I could see this little bit of light at the beginning of, you know, our little hole in the ground, and it was the firemen to take us out. And I don't even think that I told my parents about it, because I worshipped my older brother, and I didn't want to get him in trouble. And that has stuck with me all my life, because every time it's dark and I open my eyes in the middle of the night and I can't see the light anymore, I think of that time. And so I always have to leave the blind open a little bit so I can see a little bit of moonlight coming in, or I have to look over at our clock that's on my husband's side of the bed and see the light. You know, it's one of those digital ones where the numbers light up, to get over my panicky feeling. Even being put under, like, you know, for anything, like when I went and had a colonoscopy, just being put under and knowing that I'm gonna face that darkness where I can't see anything, if you have any phobias in your life, look back at when you were a kid and see where they came from. Usually there's an underlying cause. If you guys have any stories like that that you want to share, that has led to a phobia in your life, let us know down below. So I will talk to you all soon, and I hope you're having a great day. And have a great weekend, guys. Bye-bye.
You have been tearing up something white in there. Look at her. Look at her. What are you doing? Did you figure out how to get out of there? She says, that's a long drop to the floor. She got her little toenails right into that mesh. Hey, what are you doing? What's she doing? Save her! Save her! She's gonna jump!